All right, so here we go. Week 3 of the Sync 60 Challenge. How is it going for you? Are you staying on top of your weekly goals? Are you staying productive? Are you feeling encouraged and motivated to complete your 60-day goal? I really hope you are. Sync Academy members, make sure you do go to your progress chart, fill in your line, and let us know, did you achieve last week's goal? Make sure you mark yes or no, nothing else, so we could all keep each other accountable. If you're not in Sync Academy, make sure you do post to your social media. Let everybody know, did you achieve your goals? What were some of the stumbling blocks? Did you not achieve your goals? What were some of the things that got in the way of that? And how are you going to, again, not give up on the entire challenge, but make the adjustments necessary to continue on to the next week. Now, this week's topic is crucial. I probably should have maybe started the entire challenge with this information, but I did need to start with how you guys create your goal and how to schedule out, et cetera, et cetera. And the time management stuff is really, really important. But all of that kind of goes out the window if your health is really poor, right? So if you're not sleeping well, you're not eating well, you're not exercising, you're generally just not taking care of yourself. And I don't mean you have to be some gym rat who spends every waking hour, obsessing over what you're eating and how much, you're lifting weights and all that kind of stuff. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about just minimal amounts of attention and effort put into your health so that you can be creative, okay? So this is just about essentially, like, if you don't care about healthy lifestyles and all that kind of stuff, then don't worry about that. The ultimate purpose of me telling you guys this kind of information is to get you to the point where you're productive and creative on a daily basis. And trust me, you cannot maintain a long-term career in any industry if your health is extremely poor. You just won't feel good. Your creativity levels are not going to be there. Your energy, your motivation is just not going to be there when you need it. And in this business, especially with sync licensing, you need it on a daily basis. So that's what this is all really geared about. Big disclaimer before we begin, I'm of course not a nutritionist. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a health expert. I'm not a trainer. So obviously you can decide for yourself how much of these suggestions you want to implement into your life. Everybody is an individual. Everybody has their own health needs. You might have a different schedule that doesn't allow for some of these suggestions that I have. So of course, take this all with a big grain of salt. You sort of need to decide what is right for you. Okay, so I'm not giving you health advice here with this presentation. Just simply, the suggestions and the advice that I've personally taken for myself and what I've seen actually works, actually got me results and actually got me out of the funk that I was in years ago when I wasn't as creative, I wasn't feeling as good, and put me in a much better path for my career. Okay, so that's what this is really all about. As we get started, I do believe in the sort of 3 pillars of health, and that is exercise, nutrition, and sleep. So these are sort of 3 killer things that if you don't have even one of these, everything else is going to fall apart in your life. You're just not going to have the energy. You're going to feel bad. You're going to feel low energy. And you're not going to have, most importantly, that creativity, to be in that state of flow. You guys know what that feeling is when just ideas are coming to you just organically and naturally. And it's almost effortless to make music. That is the sweet spot we want to get into as often as possible. If you don't have these 3 things down in your life, getting to that point, it's just going to be a much harder uphill battle for you. So the point of all of this stuff is to sort of put a really solid foundation together for your life, for your body, so that your creativity can just be on fire as often as possible. That's what really this is all about. So we're going to start with, I believe, the most important of those 3, and that is getting good sleep. Sleep is so crucial. It's so important. And the reason being is because it's basically like it is our recharging of our battery for creativity, right? Every single night, we have to recharge ourselves, right? Our brain needs rest, our bodies needs rest. Everything needs rest from the prior day. So if you are neglecting this part of your life, you're not thinking about it, you're not planning for it, you're not implementing any changes to make sure you try to get as consistent and as deep sleep as you possibly can. Imagine just plugging in your phone for 15 minutes a day. Well, you're constantly going to be worried. Well, I don't have much energy. I can't use all these apps. You'll constantly be deleting things. You can't be as productive as you could be on your phone had you just stuck the whole, the charger in and let it charge how it needs to charge, right? For as long as it needs to charge. So it's the same thing with our bodies. We need to make sure that we're recharging ourselves on a daily basis. So I do believe consistency is key over everything else. And what do I mean by that? Trying to go to bed at the same time every single night, trying to wake up at the same time every single day. That is really what this is all about. And having a sort of routine, a consistent schedule that you can sort of work your life around. You have obligations, you have family, you have kids maybe, but you need to try to create something that's it's mirroring a consistent schedule for your sleep is that important to you that you schedule it, that you don't just kind of wait until you feel tired and then go to bed, or you go to bed at 9 p.m. one night and then 2 a.m. the next day, and you're just kind of going back and forth and nothing's really consistent. It's kind of crazy. You need to make sure you try to schedule out your sleeping schedule and make sure it emulates something that's somewhat consistent, at least within a half hour of the times that you want to set for this. Okay, let's talk about that. I do believe that going to bed shortly after the sun goes down is probably the best way to go. I personally try to get in my bed by literally 8 p.m. Sometimes it's a little bit later, but that means by at least 9 p.m. I'm asleep. I am knocked out. So that might sound crazy to you. You might be going to bed at midnight or later right now. But if you can, try to get your bedtime to go before 10 p.m. or maybe at 10 p.m. There's been plenty of studies, and I'm not going to go into all that kind of stuff, but there's been plenty of studies that show that our bodies do the best deep, relaxing, resetting sleep between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. So if you can try to get yourself just knocked out by 10 p.m., you're going to be putting yourself in a much better position to get that deep recharging that you really need. Okay, so I do believe going to bed, kind of like the sun goes down, it's our sort of natural clue. No more daylight. It's time to go to bed, right? We don't need to be up spending a lot of time. A lot of times what we do when we stay up late is we eat snacks, we eat bad food, we binge watch TV shows that aren't really doing much for us, right? It might be entertaining, but it's not like productive time that we're spending, right? So there's a lot of mistakes and poor choices that we make at the end of the night is because we're tired, and we reach for that ice cream or those cookies or whatever because we want energy, but your body's telling you go to sleep, right? Because it's tired. So I do believe going to bed a little bit earlier is a great thing to do. Personally, I would definitely try to wake up between 5 and 7 a.m. Some people can get up earlier than that, but personally, I'm more of a 4:35 a.m. kind of a guy, and I try to really consistently do that. And I know in the beginning of this, when you set your alarm or whatever it is you want to do to wake up that early, I know it's going to feel like a semi-truck hit you. Just force yourself to get out of bed. Just do it, because sleeping in and hitting the snooze button and just, no, I'll give me another 30 minutes, I guarantee you will never feel great after doing that. You'll actually feel more lethargic and more sleepy. There's also been tons of studies on that. Yes, it's going to hurt the first 5, maybe 10 minutes, waking up, lugging yourself to go make your first cup of coffee or taking a shower, whatever it is. But I guarantee you, after about 10, 15 minutes, you're going to feel super energized. You're going to feel this rush. It's almost going to be this natural kind of caffeine buzz that you get. At least that's what I've noticed for myself, okay? But just making sure you try to get up early. It's going to open up a lot of things for you. First, you're going to have a lot more time. So if you have a day job, this is actually open you up maybe an hour or two before you even have to go to your job, so you can create some music. Maybe your family doesn't wake up till later, so this gives you also a couple of hours of just quiet time just for yourself. And what a better way to start your day than to just focus on you and what you need to get done, okay? Here's some ideas, and I do believe maintaining silence and darkness throughout the night is the best way to get that deep sleep, that recharging sleep that you need. So I definitely recommend a white noise machine. I personally use one, or if you like a fan, that you can turn on. I wouldn't have a fan blowing at you, but at least having a fan in the room that kind of provides that sort of background noise that's nice and soothing. White noise machines and fans, what they do is they block out any external potential things that'll wake you up in the middle of the night. A siren goes off, a dog starts barking in your neighborhood. The white noise machine, it's just this nice blocking out noise that it might take you a night or two to get used to it if you're not used to sleeping with some noise next to you. But once I started using my white noise machine, I take it with me everywhere. Every time I travel, everywhere I go, I've got that white noise machine. And I even have an app on my phone just in case I don't have that with me, that I sleep right next to me. And it sleeps right next to my head, basically. And it blocks out everything, and it just makes sure that something doesn't just wake you up, startles you at 1 a.m. or something like that. If to keep it really dark wherever you're sleeping, eye masks, those are cheap. You can get those anywhere. Or just having really, really dark curtains on your windows. Some people have really light curtains, and so the light's still getting in, and that's seeping in, and that can potentially actually interrupt your sleep. So try to make it as dark and as cave-like as you possibly can in your room, okay? Also, stop drinking liquids about an hour or so before bedtime. Many of you guys probably have this issue where almost every single night you have to wake up and go to the bathroom, and that's because you probably drank some water or something within an hour or two of when you went to sleep. So I would say try to be conscious of this, to know that, okay, I'm going to bed at 10. I should stop drinking like liquids and water and that kind of thing like 8 or 9 p.m., okay? And make sure you try to just basically empty yourself before you go to bed, so that that's not something that every single night you wake up at 3 a.m, okay, I gotta go, right? Because again, these are the kind of things that interrupt that deep sleep and don't allow you to get that recharge that you really need, okay? So that's for sleeping. Let's talk about eating well. Your diet is basically your creativity fuel. I know some of us, we don't really care about like, oh, I don't want to count calories and all. Okay, who cares about all that stuff? The point of all this, again, is to make sure that you have good, nutritious food that serves your creativity. And again, the point of all this is to get you closer to making this your full-time job, sync licensing. So if you think that you can just neglect what you're eating and putting into your body and just focus on, well, I just got to worry about my mixing and mastering skills, you're missing the biggest part of the equation here, okay? Plan and prepare what you eat, okay? Try not to just eat what you feel like. I mean, this is a really crucial thing, even like writing out, okay, for breakfast, I want to do this, for lunch, I want to do that, and for dinner, I'm going to do this, and have this whole thing planned out to know, okay, I want to make sure I have some good, vegetables or some whole foods or whatever I feel like I need to put in my diet. Plan this stuff out, right? Prepare lunch for yourself before you go to work. So a lot of times, many of us, I remember when I had a day job, it was like I never brought up lunch. Most of the time I didn't. And it was like, okay, what do I feel like? And then I just go, get some deep fried, whatever it was. It sounded good at the time. I was hungry. It's the most tasty thing that I could find quickly, but it's usually not the healthiest thing that I could have put into my body at the time. So if you plan things, you prepare for your meals, then you won't make these poor choices because you'll have something else that sort of helps prevent you from making these impulse choices that are not the healthiest ones, right? Whatever you're doing, just drink a lot of water, okay? You're probably not drinking enough water. I almost guarantee everybody watching this, myself included, I need to even drink more water. Fill up a huge bottle of water every morning and just make it a goal to just every hour or so gulp a big bunch of it, okay? Don't get too worried about like, well, I need to have this many ounces. And okay, whatever you want to do, you can obviously get down to that. But most of the world is dehydrated. We drink too much coffee and too many sugary drinks, but we're not drinking water. I know water is not exciting, and a lot of people I've met people that don't like the taste of water. There's no taste to it. But anyways, if you really can't stand water, throw some fruit into there. Put some mint leaves in there. Squeeze some lemon in there. You can do things to make fruit or water more interesting. So whatever it is you have to do to gulp more of it down, do it. Just drinking lots of water actually clears your body out. It's a natural cleanser. I don't know. It just does everything. It's literally our miracle drug, our miracle element here as human beings. So just do more of it. Try to eat freshly cooked whole foods, if you're going to do some meat or whatever, try to buy some chicken. Don't buy the processed stuff that's already been cooked and you're just reheating it, that kind of thing, right? So try to get as close as you can to the sort of like natural organic state of food. And then if you're going to cook it or eat it raw, whatever you're going to do, try to put a lot of that into your diet. I don't want to get into the nitty gritty of like, this much, this much protein, this much fats, or we don't need to get into all that. I'm not an expert on any of that kind of stuff, but I do know that my personal life, the more that I get closer to that sort of fresh, organic state of food, the better I feel. The higher my energy is, the better my creativity is, okay? Some healthy fats that you might want to start introducing into your diet. I noticed this about 6 months ago. I started introducing a lot of healthy fats into my diet, and they say a lot of this stuff is brain food. And I definitely noticed that I just feel more creative, more energetic, and I really feel more like I can visualize what I want to get done. So take it from me. This definitely worked. Throwing avocados into your diet, more of them. That's really good healthy fats. Coconut oil or coconut milk. Those are really good. Walnuts, almonds, eggs. These are really great sources of healthy fats, actually, that can really help fuel your creativity and your brain power. So definitely start adding those into your diet if you don't. I would say stay away from microwavable meals, okay? So anything that, we're talking about, burritos or even pre-made meals, like a TV dinner kind of a thing where you're just throwing it into the microwave and it's pre-cooked or you're just heating it up. That's the kind of stuff where we're getting really far away from the organic, the sort of natural state of food. And this stuff has been highly processed. A lot of the nutrition has been taken out of it. And so you're just getting robbed. I mean, imagine every time you eat that kind of stuff, it's like you're eating basically like newspaper with a little bit of flavor thrown on top. You're not getting the good, rich stuff that you need for your body and for your brain. So try to stay away from that stuff as much as possible. Again, this is why planning and preparing is so powerful, because if you don't plan and prepare and you're hungry, you're like, well, I don't feel like making, I don't want to take 30 minutes to cook my dinner. I want a 30-second microwavable pizza or something like that, right? When you don't plan, you're prone to making these poor decisions. And so planning this kind of stuff out really will keep you safe from all that. Try consider replacing some desserts, like if you're really into ice cream and pie or whatever. If you're sort of like a sweet tooth person like I am for sure. Maybe start thinking about adding some blueberries, strawberries, or what I like to do is actually I freeze blueberries, I freeze strawberries. Sometimes you can actually puree them. You can actually mix them up and create sort of like a frozen sort of ice cream substitute. Really dark chocolate, and I mean 70% plus cacao, so it's fairly bitter. Okay, it's not going to be what you're used to. It's certainly not Hershey's milk chocolate. It's not going to be this sweet thing, but it's really good actually. And so there's a lot of things you can do. You can melt that and drizzle it on strawberries. I mean, there's a lot of cool things you can do. But start considering replacing the things that are probably not great for you, and feeding your body some really negative stuff, and try replacing it with healthier alternatives. Okay. And definitely, I would say overall, whatever your diet is, whatever you're doing, try to minimize sugar, try to minimize simple carbs. Okay. So this is soda, candy, bread, all types of bread. Okay. Pasta, white flour, fruit juice, and also, cereals, breakfast cereals. I know some of you are soda fiends and you're drinking soda every single day, or maybe you can't see yourself living without bread. I used to be. Soda, not so much, but bread for sure. I used to be a huge bread fiend, and I still love bread. I don't get me wrong. I still enjoy bread from time to time. I am not like becoming completely deprived of the things that I love to do, but minimize them, right? Do you really need it? Is there a healthier alternative snack that you can throw in there? Plan this stuff out. Have some healthier snacks around you. And actually, one of the things I will say is that just having these sort of guilty, junk food options in your house is probably not a good idea. Like, if you had a whole case of soda sitting right there on your shelf in your refrigerator, and you probably should be minimizing soda. Well, every time you open that refrigerator, you see all these soda cans. And that's really not good for you, because that just tempts you every single time you open it. So if you are going to keep it in the house, keep it in a place where you don't see it. That's one of the things that I've done, is that if there's some like junk food that I really love, I actually put it in some container and I put it in the very back of my cabinets or in my fridge or wherever it is. It's something that I know that if I see it every single day, it's going to be this like, hey, don't you want it? You want it, right? So let's not set ourselves up for failure. Let's sort of put that stuff on the back, and let's put the healthier stuff in the front, if that's what you do. The better thing, obviously, to do is just not have that stuff in the house at all, and just have healthy alternatives, so that if you are in that sort of last minute craze of like, I need something to eat, I'm low energy, you reach for something better than you would have if these unhealthy alternatives were available, right? So just kind of setting yourself for success that way. It's a really good thing to do. Last but not least, let's talk about exercise. Now, I just got back from the gym, and so this is one of these lessons that I always reteach myself, even when I'm not feeling like going to the gym. What I really do believe about exercising and about life in general is that we have voluntary pain and involuntary pain, okay? So involuntary pain is all the stuff that we hate, okay? We get cranky, we get upset, terrible things happen to us, right? These are all the things that we can't control, things that seem to just kind of happen to us, right? And so a lot of times it makes us react to things in a negative way, and that's just life, right? We just welcome to planet Earth. This is what life is, right? But then there's voluntary pain, and these are things like going to the gym, going for a walk, lifting heavy weights, and it might be slightly uncomfortable, but in a way, it is. And I'm using pain kind of like in that sense that it's not exactly always extremely pleasurable when you're lifting something heavy, that kind of a thing. But what I do believe is that the more voluntary pain you can put into your daily life or weekly life, I have certainly seen less involuntary pain in my life. It has been a direct correlation. So when I don't exercise, I don't work out, I don't put myself into that voluntary pain, it basically invites me to react to things, overreact to things, emotionally react to things, get cranky, be really tired, be really lethargic, get into a depressive state or something like that, or not have hit writer's block, right? Those are a lot of involuntary pain points that I don't want to hit. So I have just found that you're going to get pain one way or another in life. So I just believe this, that the more voluntary pain you can put yourself through in a healthy way, right? I'm not asking you to lift until you get a hernia. Okay, be safe, right? But if you can put yourself in that voluntary pain so that you feel great afterwards, you will see, I believe, a decrease in that involuntary pain, in those emotional, negative states that you don't want to be in. It's just what I've seen from my life. So I do believe in some of these simple things, again, not gym rat level things where you have to become a health nut. Take a 20-minute walk outside, maybe 30 minutes. Maybe you want to do it for a full hour if you can afford to do that. Most people obviously can't, but 20 minutes, you got walk 10 minutes one direction from your home and 10 minutes back. Walk outside, get some fresh air, get some, some sunshine on your skin. This is the kind of stuff that will absolutely elevate your mood. You'll feel better. You'll feel more connected. You'll feel more just ready to take on the day. So the sooner in the day you can do this, actually, the better. You can stack your day up probably in your favor by taking care of this stuff early in the day. Lift weights, especially for the male viewers. I mean, women viewers, absolutely as well. But men, we have testosterone. We have this energy that used to be used for us to run out and hunt things, like literally throw spears and chase game down, right? Well, we're living in this modern world where we don't do that, right? We sit in cubicles. A lot of us actually sit from our home studios or our computers, so we're not getting that energy out. So I do believe there's this thing with men and testosterone that we need to go lift heavy things and sweat and grunt it out and just get that kind of excess energy out of our system. You'll actually feel actually more energized afterwards. Granted, don't overdo it, don't injure yourself, but if you can do it and enjoy it, this is one of those things that definitely will put you on a path for success. I do believe weekly yoga classes or stretching. I wasn't a big believer in yoga until a couple of years back, and I took a class. It was a hot yoga, in a super hot room. Man, I felt so much better after. I literally, not just like physically, I felt like this release, but emotionally, I felt like lighter. I felt much more like clear in many ways. So, there are so many things that happen to your body and your mind during a really good yoga session. Don't discount it. Don't think they're like, oh, no. I want to lift weights. I want to be bulky. People who are serious about weightlifting and serious about getting in shape, don't discount yoga either. They know the value that it can have. Or if you just want to do some, pretty deep stretching or whatever, I'd say like once a week. That's something that I would shoot for. It's a great thing to do. Absolutely. Listen to inspirational music while you're exercising. Okay. So whatever your favorite music is, turn it on. Or if you're trying to learn how to create maybe a new style of music, turn that on. And it can be your time where you're multitasking, right? You're listening to this new music, trying to wrap your head around a new genre that you want to start producing while you're exercising, while you're getting this done. Stack up your life in this way, and you're going to get so much done, and you're going to feel really good. And this is probably the most important point of this entire part about exercise. You've got to make it fun. If going to the gym is a chore and it feels boring and it hurts and you hate it, you will not keep going back. I guarantee you. This is what human beings do. We like to chase things that are fun and enjoyable. So whatever you got to do to make that time at the gym or exercising fun, do it. Okay? Bribe yourself with some treat at the end of it. Listen to great music while you're at it. Whatever you feel you got to do. If it's not fun for you in the gym, you're not going to keep up with it. So this also means that don't overdo it, right? So if you're going in there for like 2 hours straight and just lifting and lifting and lifting, and you're destroyed the next day and you can't lift your arms and everything hurts, the chances of you wanting to go back to the gym actually decrease. So I don't believe in overdoing it. So keep it minimal, keep it fun, keep it light, get a good workout, get a good sweat on, right? But once you're hitting that point where it's fun, and then the minute it stops not being fun some more and you're kind of like, well, I'm just here, leave. Just get out of there, call it a day. You had a great workout, and just keep your mind in that state of like, wow, that was a lot of fun. I want to come back and do that again. So it's a really important thing to make sure it becomes a habit for you, okay? And I do believe the best cure for overthinking things, you get stuck in your own head, right? You don't feel motivated, or just kind of like a general stagnation, career stagnation, just that lethargic feeling when you're sitting on the couch watching TV, knowing you're not even enjoying watching TV. You should be doing something productive. You're just laying there not feeling good. Move your body, okay? Moving your body is the cure for all of that stuff. At least it's the first step to getting you out of that funk. There's a lot of different things you can do, but in my life, every time I felt that way, I'm just like, oh, I don't know. I don't really want to do anything. What am I going to do? Just that lethargic, I hate that feeling. It's one of the worst things in the world. I always find that if I just go grab my phone, put on my headphones, go for a walk, I come back and I'm in a completely different state, okay? But that only came because I physically moved my body. I went for a walk, I go to the gym, I do jumping jacks, I do push-ups, I do a yoga session. I move my body. When you move your body, your brain starts to sort of kick out the cobwebs, and you find yourself much more creative afterwards, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, not specific advice that you have to follow, but my general sort of guidelines for how to live a little bit healthier life. Again, not gym nut level and health nut level. But again, we're talking about the basic amount of exercise, sleep, and diet stuff to make sure that you're feeling good, right? You have good energy, and you have creativity that can propel you forward in the licensing business. So next week, We're going to talk about finding a community. Okay, so if you are all alone, and chances are in the sync licensing business, this is going to be an issue that you face, because I faced it, and everybody else that I know that succeeded in this industry certainly faced being on their own, because we work from our home studios, and there's not we don't have an office necessarily we're going to, or we can collaborate and connect. Sync Academy, that's one of the main reasons why I created that academy, the platform, because I wanted there to be a place for those of you that wanted that community to join and be able to collaborate and connect with other people and stay motivated and stay inspired, okay? But we're going to talk about the importance of finding a community to basically help you on your path forward with not only the Sync 60 challenge, but your licensing career as a whole. You're going to need some people to hold your feet to the fire, to hold you accountable, right? That's the big word that we learned with this Sync 60 challenge. But that's what we're going to talk about next week. So get back to work, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see what you guys get done for your Sync 60 challenge next week.